I'm Ivy.
I'm Rachel, and we are Swords and Sapphics, a podcast all about representation, queer media, women with a capital W, and a little bit of nonsense.
So start sharpening your swords, sip your tea, and join us as we obsess over the wonderful beings that are women. Hello.
Hello.
What are we talking about today?
It's weird to open it without saying our
Yes.
new catchphrase. It's not what we're talking about, but who we're talking to. But it's just us today, I'm afraid.
It is. It
Us
is.
girls. Um, so we are just gonna talk about what books we want to finish before the end of 2024 because we have a rather long TBR and we want to set at least a little goal to read some of the books on the list.
I was preparing the books and I was like, I took like two or three, and at that point I was like, there's no way I can finish it. Even these three, like, there's no way I will have it in me. And it's really just I want to kill myself because I used to read 180 books a year, and now I didn't even have read 40.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm halfway through my Goodreads goal. I think I set like 60 or 70 and I'm barely past the 30 mark.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
In my defense, I'm writing more books than I'm reading right now.
Mm.
Almost.
I was looking at my Sims hours today and I was like, oh yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Speaking of Sims, what have you been enjoying this week?
Well, speaking of Sims, I've been playing a lot of Sims. Who knew?
No.
I mean, something I wanted to try something new and different, right?
Yeah,
So
really
play a
pushed.
little bit of Sims.
Yeah.
And I have been actually reading. I've been listening to an audiobook. I don't think you know this one actually. It's called Kindling and it's written by this author Bonnie Wood. But I don't think you know her. I don't think you've ever heard about it actually. But you might
Never
like
heard.
it. You might like it. But from what I've heard, the sex scenes were written by someone named Patricia. It's a weird
Patricia,
thing.
she doesn't write her own sex scenes. That's
No,
ridiculous.
apparently not. I was watching some interview or something, and she very clearly said that was written by Patricia.
Interesting.
I
Well,
know.
I'm a ghostwriter. I could easily write those sex scenes.
Yeah. But then I would have to listen. I realized when reading this book, I realized when you like I read the sex scenes, it's very different from like listening to them. And
Uh-huh.
now I have a really space to think about Patricia and her talent. And it just got a little strange to me, but it was great.
I
It's
mean, look, it wouldn't be the first time we've discussed personal matters.
anyway. So yeah, I've been
Anywho,
reading a little these days.
yes.
Once. Yeah. I've been also doing my little coloring book. I was in the zoo and I got coloring book. I was coloring my animals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to colour. We need to get a colouring book that we both can do together.
Agree. I agree. I really want to try. There was this, I guess it was viral. It was everywhere. There were like little ghosties. It was like a spooky coloring book. And you do it with markers.
Mm,
And it felt so relaxing.
yeah. I got those gel pens and watercolor pens from the TikTok shop, and they're really good and they're very satisfying.
Yeah.
But I don't often turn to coloring.
Me either. It's a new thing for me.
Yeah, it is nice though when you're in the mood.
Yeah, it's true. And it's very, it's very cold outside these days. So it's very like cozy. And I also started watching The Office. My annual rewatch of The Office has begun.
This is now the third rewatch since I started The Office. I'm still on season 6 of my first watch. I think it was season 6. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, it is what it is. You're
Yeah.
behind half of it. You watched half of it.
Yeah. I do need to carry. I was nearly finished with that season as well. I just need to carry on with it.
Mm. Yeah, I missed it. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's really it, I guess. How about you?
Um, what have I been doing? I've just been busy crocheting, really. I've not been doing much.
Hmm.
Watching a lot of Below Deck, I think. Oh, this episode's going out before the one we just recorded,
Yeah,
so
I was thinking about it too, but look,
yeah,
with the way we consume media, it's not gonna be anything weird.
no. I'm watching Below Deck. It's a reality show about people who work in the yachting industry and what goes on. And you sent me that video. People are still they still pay for the charter, the guests. And they always look so idiotic. They get like half off.
Yeah.
And they still have to make the big tip, which makes sense because like that's most of the show. But I would hate to have like my holiday be recorded for reality TV.
I mean, I think that was really like, I don't know who the woman in the podcast is, but
I
I
know.
love listening to her. She's very smart and she knows what she's talking about. It's very fascinating. And she was saying, like, it's mostly the sort of like to show off your status, and
Hmm.
they get like 50% off, and then it's expected that you put 50% tips. So, like, basically for the full thing, they pay 100%, but without the tip.
Hmm.
And they just want to show themselves on TV, and that's really what they care about. And then, to be fair, if I was that rich, I wouldn't give a shit what other people thought about me.
It's true. It's very true.
Like, yeah,
Yeah. It's great reality TV. But she said like they were like they must have to film the scene over and over again. And I always hate it when they break the illusion that
oh yeah,
it's real because I don't want to think about it being scripted and stuff.
I get it. Yeah.
But I'm in the earlier season, so I feel like it might be more authentic now than it will be
Hmm.
in later seasons because I know that a lot of people got really famous from the show later on
Mhm.
that I haven't watched yet. Um, but yeah, it's a journey. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
Um, Plus some of the people there are hot.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. What else? I've been back in my X-Files era because it was just Halloween. I just finished season 3.
Mm.
So I'm like halfway to when Mulder and Scully get together, and I'm excited. I think they get together in season 6 in the last season.
Oh.
Um, what else?
You got back to Grey's Anatomy.
I went back to Grey's the other night. I did feel a little bit of health anxiety coming on, so I think that after we watch the Meredith episode, I will take another quick break from
Yeah.
it. Um, but I love Amelia Shepherd with my whole soul.
Mm.
Um, Alex is about to leave.
Yeah, you're
Georgia,
about actually that's the last episode, next one. That's his last episode.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But he literally just married Joe. They literally just went to the courthouse. It's a joke.
You're gonna get so upset
Fuck's
by the
sake.
way it was all handled.
Does that mean that it's going to make me upset with Izzy as well?
Yeah.
I mean, I was upset with her anyway. No,
Mm.
I wasn't. Sorry. No, I was more upset with the way that they did George,
Mm.
like going to the army. He shouldn't have done that. But that's really upsetting, man.
Mm.
I we talk about it a lot and I say it all the time, but like it's hard to watch Grace because you know nobody's gonna end up happy, especially the couples. Like I've
Yeah, it's true.
seen videos and trailers and stuff for future seasons already. And I always try and get the information out of you too. So I know that like people are either gonna die or separate, and that makes me sad. Like
Yeah.
right now, I really love Amelia and Link, and they're gonna be parents together, but I know Link's gonna kiss Joe. Spoiler alert.
But you're gonna get Kai.
I'm gonna get Kai soon. Next season. Or
I
this season.
think the one after. Because next season is the COVID one, I believe, and it's the one after.
It still feels like I'm still in like the
I
noughties.
know. I know.
Like,
It's
r-
weird.
yeah, Castles by Freya Riding started playing in the last episode, and I was like, are they time travelers? Like, where did they get this song from?
Once you
That was
get the
like two
like
years ago.
yeah, once you get the modern music, it's so weird for my brain. Everything is wrong to me.
And it feels like they skipped loads of years. Like, I remember getting all the good Vampire Diaries soundtrack songs, and
Mhm.
then it just got to modern music like Ed Sheeran, and I'm like, hold the phone. Like, when did we get here?
But then let's be honest, what's modern music for us? Is it the one
I
from
know.
2012?
No, I kind
That's
of haven't aged since Ed Sheeran's albums came out. He's
that's
still
fair.
brand new to me.
That's fair. Yeah. Mm. It's
It's
not easy,
crazy.
this one. Yeah.
No. There was that awful season when they just did covers of what? No, it was one specific artist, and I can't remember who it was.
Oh, I don't remember.
That's going to annoy me, but I just remember them doing covers of every song, and I was like, just give me the original
But
songs.
then again, do you remember there was a year where covers were everything?
I know, but like they took it too far. It's I love a cover. I love covers, but these ones piss me off because
Mm.
the originals were better.
That's true.
Anyway, I love how we always have so much to say about Grace.
I always do. I'm on season 21, I believe, is coming out right now. I I mean, I have a lot of things to say, but I also really don't because I'm enjoying it, but I don't really give a fuck that much as I used to.
Yeah, it's hard to sustain caring
Yeah,
about 21
especially
season.
when the only person still there is Owen Hunt. But I had an awful moment that I told you about. I was watching um one of the newest episodes and I I noticed that Owen is getting a little bit of a dad bod. And there was a moment where I was like, hmm. And then he opened his mouth and all I was healed. It was great. But it was terrifying to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I mean, he does kind of have a little belly in the parts that I'm watching, and
Oh,
I love a man with a
I
belly. You know what?
know.
Oh no, I was gonna say he deserved some rights this episode, but then I watched the one after and he was being anti-abortion again. But the one before, he gave Teddy kids' costumes that his mum had sewed, and Teddy took it as like, you should be sewing costumes. And then at the end he was like, I gave them to you because I didn't think you had time to sew. And then like I was like, finally, you did something right.
I
The bar
know.
was on the ground.
Honestly, I think the most rights Owen had was there will be few moments when raising Leo that I was like, okay, I can't believe I stand behind you. I agree with you 100%. But it's just, yeah.
It was great. Do you know what? I love it when somebody shits on him. Like Amelia was adamant she didn't want kids when she was with him,
I
and then he was angry because she got pregnant, and I was like, "You should just do want kids with you, babes."
I know. I think every Owens ex should have a baby with anyone else but him. I think it would be
Yes,
great.
yes.
I would absolutely watch that. I would watch that series.
Except for Christina, she
Yeah,
should just.
absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah.
But he did also deserve rights. I still think about it to this day. When he went to there was a
Oh
breast
yeah.
cancer clinic, and but the guy was just misdiagnosing the women so that he could get money for treating them.
Uh-huh.
And he went, and he was angry,
That's
and
true.
he was that one really got me.
Yeah.
If it was like that all the time, me and Owen Hunt would have a different relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Anyway,
don't know what it is about me that I love him most when he's very violent. Because I loved him when he first started dating Christina and he was going through his PTSD. I love those tropes. Um,
Yeah.
and then I loved him when he was very angry.
It does say a lot about you, but nothing new for me. I've
No,
been known that for a while now.
look,
It is what it is.
conventional woman.
Mhm. I don't think I have a very solid ground to stand on with attractions to certain things, so we're good.
No.
No.
And another one last thing about Grace is that they handle loss so well. Um, Andrew is currently dating Meredith, and Zola was having like issues with Andrew,
That was a good.
and she was like, "You're not my dad." Um, and instead of getting angry, he sat with her and started sharing memories of Derek, and it's just so beautiful that like there are those little moments where the people that we've all
I
lost come
know.
back.
You know what? That's what I miss so much about other shows is when the characters leave, they never mentioned again. And it's
I know.
so unrealistic, it's so cold, it's so awful to the characters, but also to me. And I really love with Grace, they do mention them a lot. Like especially like Derek, Lexi, and stuff
Like
like that. Yeah. When she said that she was my baby sister. I loved her. Ugh.
episode when it was it, I can't remember why they were there, but George was like walking down the hallway and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was the I think it's Mexican holiday where
Oh yeah, the Day
and
of the
she had
Dead.
the flower that are supposed to I don't really know the tradition, but she had the flower and there was like Derek, there was George, there was Mark, there was Lexi. It was really bad CGI. It was really ridiculous, but it was just very oh.
Yeah.
Or when
I
she
love
won her first um Avery Award and her mom was in in there.
they
Yeah.
do stuff like really, really well.
Yeah. And you know what? I really like how they handle um the mental health of specific like they can have the same issue, but they're handled very differently.
Yeah.
And I do love that.
Yeah, and they've been doing that since the beginning as well. Like even when Meredith was like borderline suicidal, she she was like she drowned in the water and she didn't really fight. Like they always did it well
Hmm.
with that. Like yeah, it's just great.
Yeah.
And also just the characters like Amelia didn't want kids and now she's pregnant and she's ready to be a mum and like they handled that transition well and like showed that I do hate the notion that like oh you'll change your mind.
Hmm.
And I much prefer to see women who don't change their mind just because I feel like that I identify with that more. But at the same time, like it's fact that like she wasn't in a period of her life to consider it then, but she is now, and she's grown so much.
It's true.
They just do it well. I love them.
Yeah. But enough about Grace.
Yeah, enough
Anything
about
else you've
Grace.
been enjoying?
Um, also Sims, I got the Life and Death pack.
Yeah.
It's really great. I'm enjoying it a lot. I feel like it's one of the more fuller packs, expansion packs that I've bought so far. So like the price doesn't really seem that expensive to me. Although when it adds up so much, like I love Sims and I'll always buy the packs when I can. But the amount but like when there's so much extra content, it begins I don't like they're pricing their users out of it.
Especially when I think Sims 3 had all like witches, vampires, and werewolf in one pack. And I have
Mm,
been in three.
yeah.
Like that's just a big fucking scam. And I did the first pack I got was cottagecore, and that's very full pack. There's so much. And now when I get something else, I'm a little like, is that it? Like I love it, but at the same time I'm like, I didn't even like, is that really fucking it?
Yeah. I think it's the worlds that I want more of. And
Mhm.
I want more careers. I
I
get really upset when I
know.
buy a new pack and it's got something new in it, but there's no new careers or no new aspirations. Like, it's great to play, but I always have to it's so bad. Even when I'm playing Sims, I want to organize what I'm doing. So first I do the goals of my career, and then when that's done, I'll do the aspiration. So like
Mm.
if I've got nothing new to do, then I'm not getting new content even though I could go and search for it.
Mhm.
That's the type of person I am.
Yeah. I really miss the open world. I want
Yeah.
open world again. And also like with the witches, you get 4 lots. That's so little. The same with the vampires and werewolves. Like, what the hell?
The vampire one disappointed me because there's only houses there when you get the world.
Mm,
You can obviously you can make your own stuff, but like I get sad when like I get a new world, but there's not much in it.
yeah,
But I do love
I
it.
know. I do too.
I just think they could do more. For
Yeah. I
what
mean,
they're going to charge that much, they could at least throw in something.
yeah, it's true. Especially when there are so many mods with like careers.
I
And that's just
know.
ridiculous. But I have
Well,
the
that just
ballet one, and
oh,
that's fun.
what the bully
The ballet.
ballet. That's like oh no, you're getting bullied as well.
No, not
I
yet.
like the ballet one, but I'm just scared to download anything to my laptop.
Yeah. But you don't have to be, but I get it. I was also, but it's, yeah, it's fine. It's more than
But
fine.
like, it can't be that hard to just do stuff like that.
I know. And do you know, apparently I didn't see any, but there are like mods that fix the bugs in
No, I didn't.
Sims. At least that's what I've heard. I can't tell for sure, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, the people who are making the mods are doing more than the creators of Sims.
It's true. It's true.
If they gave us a satisfying amount, then there wouldn't need to be as many mods that people are downloading.
I also played a little bit of Little Nightmares. I
Oh yeah.
finished the first one. I was on the playthrough with the boy. It was so sad. I still can't get over it. I'm still there. It traumatized me in a different way. And I'm just so excited for you to get to it.
No, I need to get to it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might I might do it
Yeah.
tonight.
Right. That's so.
I might.
I started a second one, and there was a long time where nothing was happening. And that made me very stressed because, especially after like playing the first, like at the first one, there was also a beginning where it's kind of like slows you into like it's
Yeah.
slow before you get into the scary parts. But now I got from a lot of jump scares to nothing. And I'm like, I don't trust you. I don't. I'm just expecting something.
Yeah. It is one of the scarier, creepier. I think it is the creepiest game I've played.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you don't know what to expect. All the monsters are different and weird and ugh,
Yeah,
that's what me do.
but it's so good.
It is good. It is good. It's just annoying at times.
It's true.
It's hard to get past some parts. And the fucking gnomes. I was chasing the gnomes in the coal for several hours. Fucking gnomes. I'm still not over it. Don't remind me of the gnomes, otherwise I won't play it.
Should we get into our 10 books that we'd like to finish by the end of this year?
Yeah, but we did forget there's a new Fortnite season.
Oh yeah, there is a new Fortnite season. We do have a new Fortnite season, it's true.
We do.
I don't know what to think yet. I do like that we're the thing is, we have Reload, right? And I get to explore places that I haven't seen because we didn't have the game. And now it's in the remix also. But I'm like, at least it's like I know where to go. I know these places, but it's also weird because my brain is just like scrambled egg.
I mean, for the first time ever, we was online for when the live event was starting to introduce the season.
I forgot about him.
We were waiting like little dedicated Fortnite players
True.
in reels, waiting
It's
for the TV to show us what was next. Fucking Ice Spice and Snoop Dogg came on. They were playing live in Times Square. And I didn't even know who it was. I had to text my 11, 12-year-old sister. I was like, do you know who this is? Because I don't. And she's like, Ice Spice. I'm like, okay. Like, that's how old I am now.
to be
It's,
fair, I do know of her, but she always had that like specific hairstyle. And here she had very long straight hair. And
yeah.
that was a completely different person to
I think it was that not that long ago, people were tweeting that she lost a lot of weight as well, and they were kind of
me.
disappointed about it. But
Oh.
people are weird.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I honestly, if I didn't, I had a hunch, but like if she didn't have the red hair, I wouldn't have a clue.
Mm.
It's just bizarre because like the last season, the season, it's not very uniform what they're doing anymore. Like the way they're because we had Greek gods.
Mhm.
And then we had fucking cars, monster trucks, mechanics, like stuff like that. And like it's not matching together.
It's true. The it's weird. I don't understand the cars. I don't still don't get it. Because
No.
I got that before this whole season, we had the society and Valeria opened the Pandora's box that was waiting there for several chapters. That's how Greek gods came to be. Okay, got it. Hope and the rest of whoever they were, the resistance or whatever, they got rid of them. Okay, get it. Where the cars came from, no fucking clue.
No. And then we went back to Marvel.
Which I'm
We
grateful
had
for, but I still don't understand.
yeah, like but are you telling me Zeus and Doctor Doom existed in the same
I mean, yeah, if you look
scene?
at the comic books, you have that there, to be
Okay.
fair, including like Odin and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know where he come from. I know that he wants to like take over the island, which is fair. And honestly, watching him do his thing, I'll help you, right?
Yeah, but now see now another conundrum. Where the fuck does Snoop Dogg come into that?
No fucking idea.
It,
Especially because his skin is of an actual dog. He's like he looks like Scooby-Doo. Do you remember when in the movie where he was on the plane pretending to be a woman? That's it.
yes,
It's the same thing.
yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't particularly want these skins. I already paid for the battle pass, but like
Um,
I'm sad that for the every time I go into my skin collection now, I'll be reminded of the time that Snoop Dogg was the main event in a Fortnite season. I don't want that.
yeah, I didn't got the battle pass yet, but I have to count the V-Bucks because I think you get now more from the like more V-Bucks from the battle pass than what you pay for it. But then again, you
Oh,
have like three, you have Lego, and then you have the
mm.
festival, and you have so many passes. It's ridiculous.
I know.
So
Yeah.
that's now I understand why they could afford Snoop Dogg to perform on Times Square.
Yeah, I just can't stop thinking about the poor tourists. I would be so pissed off if I had was having my first ever holiday in New York and I couldn't get through Times Square because Snoop Dogg and Ice Spice were performing for a Fortnite event.
And they performed like
Like,
one song each, didn't they?
I
That was
know.
it.
I know.
It's bizarre. It's absolutely
Weird
bizarre.
world to live in. It's very weird.
I
I
know.
don't think it's normal. I love playing different characters and stuff, but I don't think it's normal when it becomes real people. Like,
Hmm.
I was shocked by Ariana Grande. Bruno Mars killed me. Like, it's so bizarre.
Yeah. I do have to say, I didn't know that, but uh Juice World is the rapper's name, I think. And he like I knew of him. Well, I didn't know that he passed away some time ago. And they're making him a skin as a sort of like memoriam because he really enjoyed the game. He played a lot. He had some collaborations and stuff, and that's very. That's a very
Yeah,
nice way to remember someone.
it is nice. Yeah, yeah. But if
Especially
I
as
was
a fan. Ariana Grande does not make sense to me whatsoever.
no, but you just know they don't care about that. It's just a
Mm.
bit of extra cash in their pocket.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's gonna be even weirder when the Disney characters come in. Mickey
We
Mouse is.
already got killed by the Incredibles once.
Oh yeah.
That was weird. We were like, Scrapyard Jules, Hella, or like Wanda, and you get killed by fucking Miss Incredible or Mrs. or whatever it is.
It's
Fucking Miss.
insulting is what it is.
After fucking Peter Griffin was dancing on our graves with his little
Oh
stupid
no.
dance.
Yeah, actually, Peter Griffin is the worst thing actually that has ever
That's
happened to Fortnite. I'm gonna Snoop Dogg is nothing in
no.
comparison to fucking
Snoop
Peter.
Dogg is bizarre, but Peter Griffin is my mortal enemy.
Yeah. I think I preferred the skins when they related to the story or
Mm.
like they were original skins rather than things that I don't want in as because I'm not a fan of in the look. Like if you're a fan, you'll buy the skin.
Mm.
I don't need it in the battle pass. I don't
Mm.
want
Yeah, I get it.
it. Anywho, now that that's out the way with. And we did finish Only Murders in the Building as
We
well.
did do that. It's true. There you go. Oh my God. We did so many things.
I know it's all coming back to me
Oh
now.
my God. Yeah, we did finish
Every spoiler alert, every season I want Lester to be the murderer. I think it's perfect to have the doorman as a murderer. He can move through the apartment blocks so easily and sneakily. But that dream will never come to fruition now. Lester is gone.
it. You know what? You should have seen me watch it. They were talking to Lester at some point, and there was a comment that was like, "That's you could have leave. Like there was no reason for him to talk. So like that's a foreshadowing. But to what? I'm like, swear to God, if he has something to do with the murder and Rachel was right about this ridiculous, ridiculous thing the entire time, that's gonna be it for me. Because the theories she comes up with are sometimes very unhinged, and I love it. But if they come to be the truth, I'm like, everything I ever believed in is just falling apart.
I still believe Saz faked to death. There's no
There,
fucking woman is stupid enough to get killed.
this is just one example of it. And then there was the weird ass woman who was like, there was no Darwin. I was like, okay, he's the next murdered. And he
Yeah,
was. Oh,
he was.
I loved him very much, is the thing.
I know he's very cute.
Yeah.
Did they solve all of the, because Sass picked up on some plot holes from season
Yeah.
one. Who poisoned Winnie in the end?
No clue.
So we still don't
I guess
know.
we still
It
don't
could
know.
still be Lester.
And I, oh my God, I think that's why Lester is dead because he knows everything, I'm sure.
Mm,
I do have
interesting.
to say, you know what? I really like the fact that because it's like a podcast, when there is a plot hole in the show, they mention it. Like Oliver was mentioning it. Like this season, like on the first season, there were so many plot holes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or we have so many celebrity appearances on this
They
season.
do they do the aspects so well. There was an episode where they were filming everything on recording cameras,
Yeah.
and they did the show through like the cameras recording. Um, and I just think I love stuff like that. It feels like you stepped into it.
Yeah.
The same when they do, and we talked about it before, but I think about it all the time when they sh do it from Theo's point of view and they
Mm.
cut off the sound because he's deaf. I just think they do that part so well. Like whoever's producing it, it's doing an amazing
Hmm.
job.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's also just very funny. I'm I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna die on this hill. Gl- is he called Glenn Stubbins?
Yeah.
Glenn Stubbins is the best role Paul Rudd has ever played. I'm gonna die on this hill. So funny, hilarious.
Mm.
I loved it so much.
He did.
I want Paul Rudd to come back reincarnate as a different character every season.
Yeah, I would love that. I love that.
There should just be, it would be like Orphan Black, like there's just clones of Ben Glenroy everywhere.
Yeah, it's funny because like there are two types of people. You mentioned or what is it, Orphan Black?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he could be like Stan Lee.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm thinking? Um, every time I see Paul Rudd, I'm like, that's Bobby Newport from Parks and Recreation. And now with Agatha all along, where I have, April Ludgate and Catherine Hahn also play character in Parks and Rec, I'm like, I just really want to go back to Parks and Rec.
Yeah. You should then.
It's
Should
nowhere.
stop watching off The Office and watch Parks and Rec.
I wanted to, but it's nowhere.
Oh, poo. And
Yes.
on that sad note.
Let's talk about something new and different. Books. What books would you like to then finish by the end of this year?
I have, I think I also broke the rules and brought more than 10.
And I brought less than 10 because it's like there's no way I can ever finish that.
I mean, yeah, no, I won't read half of these at least. But I will start with the one I'm currently reading. I'm not very far into, and that's Love Lessons in Starcross Valley. It's
Mm.
now called Pumpkin Pies and You and I by Lucy Knott.
Mm.
Um, I think it's Lucy's first sapphic romance, but
Mhm.
she has a lot of seasonal ones there with bi rep as well. It's good so far. It's really like an easy read, pretty like heartwarming. There's baking already. I know that Lucy also published a cookbook, so it makes sense that she has like the warm and fuzzies in her food and stuff. Um, yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's about a girl who, well, a woman, she goes to Canada for a break after a bad breakup, and then so when she comes back, she kind of has to mend all the relationships that she kind of put on hold.
Mm.
But I think the woman she met in Canada is also gonna end up being bumped into at some point,
Mm.
and it's, I think it's, well, the cover is autumny. Well, the title is autumny as well. So yeah, it's autumny. So I'd like to finish it before November ends at
Mm.
least. But I've been reading it in the bath because it's a very nice, relaxing, easy read.
Mm.
Although my arms start aching when I hold the book. So yeah, that's it really. How about you? What's your first book on the list? Oh,
Link by Bunny Woods. I'd like to
yeah.
finish it. And
Yeah.
because it's the only book I'm capable of reading lately, I'm pretty confident.
I love that for me.
But why? Why would you care about that at all?
Oh, I don't know. I love that for Patricia.
Ah, good for her, isn't it? For some reason, I'm mentioned there like twice or three times.
Yes.
Hmm,
I don't know why that would be.
I don't know. Yeah,
Hmm. And you're listening to the audiobook.
I am. But you know what? It's a very good audiobook. But we did look at the man, the narrator, and now I sadly know too much.
Yeah, if you find, yeah, if you if you
Yeah,
if you find a voice hot in audiobook, don't look them up. It's better to just imagine them as a
yeah.
character.
So at the
Um,
every time I turn it on, I was like, I know too much, but then I managed to like turn that part
yeah.
of my brain off.
Oh, you're not winning at all because I mean, I wrote it and you know, da da damn, and you,
Oh my God!
yeah, you should just
Patricia?
stop. It's me. You should stop reading books by people you know, I guess.
No, no,
But I love listening to my books in audio.
that's
So when
fair.
I did pick it up, and I read a bit, and they do a really great job. Fraser's voice is very, very,
It's good.
very good.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want to hear a Scottish man say "good lass," then
Mm.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm enjoying it very much.
good.
Yeah. I don't know where you got some of the inspiration though. I mean, burnout marketing specialist. What?
I don't know. I don't know any marketers. I
Oh,
can't even imagine getting burned out in a job that easy.
oh my God. Such a foreign concept. Yeah.
And you did help me with some of the marketing lingo.
I did.
So
I'm
I
very excited to get to that. I'll be like, that's not Patricia. That's Ivy bitches.
yeah. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you should be excited to get to that because what follows may or may not be a chopping block
I
scene.
know what follows. And like again, because I'm reading it and I'm listening to it now, I have place to think about who wrote it. And it's weird. I never thought I would get to that part because again, like we've been talking about stuff, man. It's just weird that this lies dormant in your brain until you
I
tap
see
into
it,
it.
I see it more as a job
I
because
get it.
I don't naturally write smut. I appreciate it in other books, but like it's not something that I ever flocked to, and I kind of had to teach myself how to write it when I became a romance author and like higher heat was started to be expected of me. And especially with this one, like this one challenged me because my editor Daisy was like, he should do this and he should do that, and so we should do
Yeah.
that. And I was like, oh, it's gonna happen here.
I get it
And
because you did write. I did read some of your smut like in previous books. It was never this explicit.
no, but I
And
had
I
yeah,
think that's gonna take me a while to like, you know, to not be weirded out by it. And not
I
like in
get
a
it.
bad way. It's just something new and different, you know?
I know, I get it. Like I'm not a very sexual person.
Yeah.
I have my moments, but like I'm not very sexual, so it is weird. It's still weird for me. When Daisy was leaving comments on it and stuff, I was like, ah. And we had to have a conversation about what the best word is for an ass because like I say ass, but it's not very sexy. And like there's no sexy way to say it like bum, rear, butt. Like it's awful. It's so weird. It's the weirdest part of my job by far.
I get it. I get it. That's
But
fair.
it can be fun. I mean, I am surprised by my own brain sometimes. I
Yeah,
think I understood the assignment, but
you
what do
did.
I know?
You did. You truly did.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
What else do you have there?
I'm counting this as one book.
Mhm.
I have two poetry books by Lou Willingham,
Mhm.
Remains and Trauma. I read their first one last year, I want to say, which was it problematic or unproblematic? Let me look. Yeah, it was problematic. And I really enjoyed it. It was a poetry about like trans rage and anger, and it was at a time I think it had just been after Brianna Gay's death, so it
Mhm.
felt very like raw and appropriate to the time, and
Mhm.
still would now. So I encourage you to read it if you haven't. So I'm excited for these. I bought them off Blue's Etsy because
Mhm.
she sells signed paperbacks. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm excited for these. And they're only short, so they're not going to take a long time. I keep looking at them like, should I?
Mhm.
But I'm kind of waiting to feel in the mood for poetry because I've not really been reading poetry much recently.
Mhm. That being said, if you'd like to finish up your goal this year and you'd like to also read some more poetry from someone's Etsy, you have here Miss Rachel Baldler, who sends her poetry also.
Yeah, I'm beginning to say I put too much of myself in the publishing world now because like my poetry is full of like sadness, depression, mental illness, chronic illness.
Something new and
I'm
different.
more like I'm right recording this podcast. Maybe I should just shut the fuck up. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. How
Anyway,
about you?
I'm gonna present them as a couple because I have Powerful by Lauren Roberts, which is a no short, technically short story novella. It's bit like 1.5
Mm.
number in the series. And then, of course, Reckless by it's the second book in the series, Powerless. Sorry. Ugh, I'm getting so confused. I have it in my house for so long and I'm so excited to get to it. But I just don't I like know that once I start reading it, I will want the specific time. I want to finish it in one sitting.
Hmm.
And sometimes I'm too tired. And now I'm
Yeah.
at the point where I don't remember much of the first book and I want to listen to it on audio just to catch
Mm.
up. So like
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing.
I think people forget, especially with neurodivergent people, like how much thought goes into like a normal task. Like I think neurotypical people just sit down and read a book, but we
Can't
want
be me.
everything to be the ideal state, like the optimal state of existence.
I know because like I know that I will enjoy the fuck out of it and I want to properly enjoy it. I want to like give it the time that it deserves for me.
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah,
have it. I'm tired. I'm still tired. So
I
tired.
get it. I really get it.
Yeah.
It's hard work.
Yes.
My next one is A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley. I'm back in my romanticy feels. I need the inspiration because I am on the struggle bus with my work in progress, my witchy woos, which I've been talking about for over a year now and still fucked up, man.
Struggle bus is,
Um,
by the way, amazing phrase. I've never heard it. I love it. 10 out of 10. Thank you.
you're so welcome. You can use it anytime you
Oh.
wish. I got it off the internet as with everything else.
I'm gonna use it so much. You'll be on your little struggle bus with my struggle buses.
I read the first book last year again. Or was it earlier this year? I don't know.
I
Time's
think it
been
was
weird.
early this year, but time is a concept.
Yeah. And I'm excited for this, although I don't enjoy the man on the cover. Like I don't do white suits. I think that's what it is.
Mm.
Um,
When I he reminds me of Astarion from Baldur's Gate.
yeah.
And he's a demon. He's like thousands, 100 years old. He's queer, and that's really because of
I don't
course,
know.
if you're immortal, you don't do one position with one gender. That's so stupid. That's so boring.
Yeah. No, I mean if you're immortal and straight, you shouldn't be immortal. I don't think you have the right.
You can be one or the other, but no both. It just don't fit.
Yeah. It just doesn't make don't make no sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to read it. I think I'm more excited for the third book, the Vampire and the
Yeah.
Werewolf. I think this is just like
Gateway.
me trying to get to that.
Hmm.
But I'm still excited for it because what's the woman called in this one? Do you remember?
Something starting with C.
Caladia. Caladia was very badass in the first one. She kicked this man out very far away with her witchy powers.
And that's basically the entire book. It's great.
Even better.
Yeah. You go
How about
because
you?
I'm gonna go after you. I see what you have there ready and I'm gonna follow it.
I have Assistant to the Villain next. I don't have much to say about this one because I don't know much about it, except for that Ivy got at me last year, probably.
Yeah, yeah, it was last
Um,
birthday, yeah, I think.
yeah.
Or Christmas. Yeah. It came
And
out
you
last
have,
year, so yeah.
yeah, checks out. And you have a
And I
second.
have the second book, Apprentice to the Villain, which is the second book. I was re reading Assistant to the Villain on an audiobook. Like, first of all, the audiobook was awful. Was the worst
Mm.
one in the world. She was doing awful job. I'm sorry to this woman. You're not cut out for this. Try
Oh
something
no.
else. It
Oh
was
God.
she
Really
started every
hard.
sentence with a question. She was speaking and then she was ending with a question.
Oh
I
no.
wanted to shoot myself in the head.
Oh
It was
no.
awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun. It's so much fun. And it's just, you know what? It reminds me, it's giving me like Shrek vibes when you have like the mo like your thinking in a fantasy settings.
Mm.
You just understand their society because it's so similar to ours. And
Okay.
this feels
Yeah.
similar to me.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if I'm
Beautiful.
explaining it right, but
Well,
yeah.
then we should, when you're reading that one, I should read the first one then. We should read them together.
I agree, but I also want to do this in one sitting, and I'm still tired to do it. So I might
Okay.
never do it.
Okay. Maybe if I pick it up, you'll be like, oh, shiny thing. I want to pick it up.
You might be right. You know, I have awful, awful FOMO all the time.
Yeah.
So you might be onto
I
something.
mean, it's really bad. At this point I have no personality of my own. Ivy's now watching The Office and I might go back to it. That's just like whatever she's doing, I'm gonna copy it.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's just who I am as a person.
It is what it is.
Okay. The next book is Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher, also gifted. Ah, we're just too similar. Ivy
For
is
those who are listening, I just pulled out What Moves to That by T. Kingfisher.
I love it.
Funny.
Ivy also gifted me Nettle and Bone.
Mm.
And I'm ready for some like darky. I mean, the cover is gorgeous, first of all, and
I
I've heard good things.
I would dare to call these cozy horror fantasies. They're
I love.
very spooky, very vibey. It's nothing like scary, scary, but and it's so cozy,
Yeah,
but in a very specific way.
I love that type of horror the most.
Yeah.
I love being scared sometimes. I'm really enjoying my zombies.
Mm,
But and I think I would like to get deeper into the horror genre, but I do love it. I love the vibes most of all.
get it. Too.
Has to be the right vibe.
Yeah. I actually started What Moves to That a while ago. I read 3 chapters. It's not long. It's only like 200 pages. I'm on page 45. But then I wanted to read something else and I kind of forgot about it. But the
Yeah.
main character used they them pronouns.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that. Yeah.
I know. Um, they're like a retired soldier, Alex Easton, and they visit their childhood friend Madeline Usher, who's dying. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I think perfect vibes for these books.
Oh, and it's this one is blurbed by Sean and Maguire, who talked about the
Oh,
other
we were
day.
talking. Yeah,
I
it's
was
true.
like, oh, I know that name.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I have last four, so go on.
Okay. My next one then is R.P. Dunwater's The Blight of Black Ridge. That is hard to say. That's a tongue twister. I won this one in a giveaway. I was already planning to read it on ebook, but I went in a giveaway. Look at the art.
Oh man.
I know. I don't know too much about it, and I also got a bookmark.
It's perfect.
Um, I don't know too much about it yet, except for that I've been obsessed with it, looking at it for a while.
That's fair.
Um, I know that it's sapphic YA dark fantasy, and it's the first book in a series, The Book
Mhm.
of Pain. So I'm extremely excited to see what more I will get from it. But
And I
yeah.
think we did an interview with the writer, didn't we? On our
We did
website.
do an interview. Yeah, we did an interview with RP Dunwater. So if you go to our website, you can find out more, even more about the book
Hmm.
there. Just we have a little search bar that you can search in.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, it's so dusty actually.
I know mine was, I had to clean down mine so bad.
Bookshelves of Bone Dust by Travis Baldree,
Ooh,
which is
that's
a
a good
prequel
one.
to to Legends in Latte. I
Hmm.
don't know why it's taken me so long to get to it. I think I'm a little not reluctant, but I just want to know more what happened after Legends and Lattes
Yeah.
than before.
Yeah.
But I'm excited nonetheless, but I'm just not like, oh, you have to read it now excited, you know?
I get that. I feel the same with most of the like even with Rebecca Thorne's books. I think they're amazing, but I'm never in a rush to get to them because I know that they're so cozy. They'll always
Yeah,
like be there for you when you're ready.
it's true.
Yeah. And I think I was lacking in the romance, which is completely fair. Like we have romance is oversaturating the market, so like I'm not gonna hold that against the book. But for me, I'd prefer more romance, you know.
I know.
I mean, there was enough in Legends and Lattes. But if you prefer like very heavy on the romance,
Mm-hmm.
it's more about the kind of the journey of found family and
Yeah.
building the shop.
Yeah, I don't care much about the plot as much as I care about characters in books. And I do
Yeah.
want the connection. I want the emotions. I want the relationships. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily need it to be romance all the time. It was nice to take a break away from that. But romance tends to be one of the strongest ones, right? So that's why people want more of it. That's fair. But it was just, yeah, I missed, it's such a specific vibe, these books.
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
I think the season is coming, you know, for more cozier stuff, easier to read stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the mood will strike eventually.
Yeah. What else do you have there?
Another one gifted by you. The Norse Myths, A Guide to the Gods and Heroes by Caroline Larrington. I mean,
Yeah.
it goes without saying. The cover's beautiful. It's a hardback. There are illustrations inside. It has various stories about different Norse myths. And yeah, I got into Norse mythology when I wrote Kiss of Death, um, which is with goddess Hel and immortal. So I kind of want to read it and get more inspiration for future stories, maybe short stories. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of been putting off starting it because I know that it will make me want to write, and
That's
I
fair.
don't have much energy to write at the minute, and I'm kind of between projects, so I don't know if it's a good idea to start something.
That's what I
But
have with the Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to rewatch it so bad, but I can't because I know that it will make me want to write.
yeah.
It's awful.
And what a weird thing to do because we're always like, oh, I miss writing.
I know. It's
But
just the energy's not there.
yeah, it's hard when it's hard.
Mhm.
Because it's not like I miss like summer holidays when I was a teenager when I could just write whenever I wanted to write and that was it.
Yeah.
I love having writing as my job, but it's hard to balance like the work with my love of it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But I love a good retelling and I love like fantasy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of Norse stuff in Skyrim as well, so it always connects me to like the cozy fantasy stuff as
Mm.
well.
I have King of Sloth by Anna Huang here.
Oh
It's the
yeah.
fourth one in the series. I still didn't read it. I miss just, the romance where I can take my brain off of stuff.
Mhm.
Like, it's just mostly toxic relationships. I'm there for it. I want it. I want the anxiety.
No, I had a dream about I was dating a toxic man the other night,
Oh,
and
yeah, you did.
it really made me want to pick up something with some toxic
Yeah.
masculinity. Which is such a weird thing to say. Like I'm a raging feminist, but sometimes I just want messy people.
He is like he's very rich guy from a family empire or whatnot. She's his lawyer. No,
Ooh.
bullshit. She's his PR publicist.
Oh, that's even better.
That's even better. And they like it's been like that horror client of hers for the entire few books before that.
Hmm.
So, she's been covering up his messes for so long, and I'm just really excited for her to become his mess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I wish that I enjoyed Anna Huang more. What did I
Oh.
read? Twisted Love. Was it that?
Yeah, you're the first one, which is the worst one.
Okay. Because I listened to it in audiobook and there was just something missing for me. And I find that a lot in books like that. Like it has the angst that I'm craving, but it doesn't have the writing style that I necessarily connect with, and that's really
It
difficult.
was too quick. There was so much happening in so little time. That's what
Yeah.
it was for me. And there was the jumps from one moment to another was too abrupt.
Mm.
But the second book, you will love the second book so much, man. I will promise you that. I'm happy to spoil it to you if that's gonna make it.
I think you told me about it before. Isn't there a bodyguard one?
That's the third one,
Okay.
and that's a really good one. I think it's the third. No, I lie. You're right. It's at the third one. No. Yeah, the bodyguard one is second. That's what you're about to. His name is
Okay.
Fritz. It's a good one. And then the third one is very toxic.
Ooh.
It's
Is there an addiction?
Josh, who's that's the brother of and her best friend. And they
Oh.
hated Jules and they keep hating each other. They
Oh
hate each
yeah.
other. And then like there's a lot of happening.
Hate sex.
So much hate sucks.
Mm.
But also it's a big spoiler and I don't want to tell you, but I'm happy to tell you if it's gonna make you read it.
Go on.
So
Is
she
it
lies to him about something and he finds out. And then he pretends to like forgive her and they have sex, like hate sex. And then he's like, you know, when I said I forgive you, I lied. I would kill
Mm.
him on the spot, but it was so good.
Yeah, I
It was
do love
so
that
good.
shit. Hmm. Thinking. I guess I can try the second audiobook when
Mm,
I'm on my little walks. I
that's
still have like 20 minutes left of pumpkin spice cafe.
mm. What else do you have there? We're running a little bit out of time.
Oh no, I have Mending Bones by Melina Grant, which is the third book in the Lester trilogy. I've
Mhm.
already talked so much about how much I loved the first two. Melina is an indie author, and every book is queer. The first one is sapphic, the second one is Achillean, and then this one is sapphic again. And
Mm.
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's oh, and also it's later in life. I think they're both over 50, or definitely over 40.
Mhm.
Um, and it's set in a seaside, and I think it was released this time last year, so I'm guessing it will be good for me to read at this time of year.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
Next, I have Plain Bad Herons by Emily M. Danforth.
I've never seen
It's
that book before.
I've seen it so many times. I've heard about it so many times. It's supposed to be Suffolk, I believe.
Oh.
And I didn't even fully read it. I just the blurb. I just remember that I really want to read it. It's in school
Hmm.
for girls. Infamous site of a series of tragic deaths over 100 years ago. Soon to be subject of a controversial horror movie about the rumored Brookhans curse. Oh,
Mm.
in the early 1900s, Brookhans students Flo and Clara fell madly in love, brought together by their obsession for a scandalous memoir.
Ooh, that does sound good.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
thick
very
as well.
it's thick. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, I'd be exciting for this one very much.
Yeah. I don't even remember you buying that. That's very strange.
I got it for my birthday from Ifka.
Oh, okay. Anywho, my next book is Death in Heels by Kitty Murphy. I've been saying
Mhm.
I'm going to read it for over a year now. It's a drag mystery. So I already love it. Like, I don't know of any other books with drag mystery in it. I'm sure there are some, but like this was the first one I've heard of. And Kitty is very lovely to talk to. So yeah, I'm very excited for this.
Drag queen.
A
Drag
drag
queen.
queen. I
I'm the
am the
queen
queen
of
of drag.
drag. My favorite moment. And the
So,
last book I have here is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo.
oh yeah, I forgot about that book.
Yeah, I know. Also got it for
Mm,
my birthday. I'm very excited for this one.
yeah,
But the
that
same
looks.
thing, I need time and energy for me to start it. I don't have it.
No,
Yeah.
maybe you'll have some over Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure,
So,
Jen.
Jen. Okay, and that's it for me.
I have a couple more. I have Jenna Jarvis's Digging for Heaven. I also won in a giveaway. So I've stopped entering giveaways because I feel like I'm hoarding books now.
Oh my God, I didn't remember you winning that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my.
Um, yeah, I'm excited for this. It's Sapphics and Dragons.
I started
So
reading it on Kindle. We got the copy on Kindle.
yeah, I didn't get the Kindle copy, so
Oh.
I was gonna buy it at some point, but yeah, I
Oh.
was looking at it. The cover's gorgeous.
It is. It's a good book. I'm enjoying it. The issue is that I have it on my Kindle, which I don't read.
Yeah,
But yeah,
always the issue in church.
yeah, something new and different.
Yeah. And then next I have The Devil Inside. I can't remember if they bought this or if she gifted it to me, but
Mhm.
I've worked with Bethany Russo on different projects for editing. And yeah, she writes great horror. She's just starting out and this one has Lucifer in it, so I'm excited for that.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then I just have a couple more. I have Sunbringer by Hannah Kane, which is the second book in the Godkiller series. I know if I leave it too long, I'm gonna forget everything from the
Mhm.
first book. So I do need to read that at some point. And the cover, again, the cover is fucking gorgeous. I love go when you look inside, it's got some gorgeous art as well. So good. Did you ever start Godkiller?
No, I was actually thinking about putting it on the pile, but then was like, no, the second book is out. I need to wait for the small paperback. There's no way that I will make it to this year anyway. So I'm just gonna leave it until the second one and perhaps the third one will be out. So I
Yeah.
don't have this issue.
It took me a while to get through the first
Mm.
one. Not because I didn't enjoy it. It's just I don't know. It's just one of those like where you love it but you're not fully connected to it. But
Mhm.
I was still excited for the second one.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of romance there. The
Mhm.
main character is bi or pan and disabled. And it's a real like the world building is phenomenal. Like
Mhm.
the world, the gods and the way that they're described and like this just the whole system of the
Mhm.
society is one of the best ones that I've read.
Mm.
And finally, A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen.
The second book is about to come out anytime now. It's a
Oh,
duology, and it's gonna be second book, and I need it. It's
yeah,
so good. And I want to listen it on audiobook because I think she teased the audiobook at some point on TikTok. It was so good.
yeah. I was excited to read Danielle before because you were telling me about the Bridge one, the Bridge Kingdom.
Mhm.
But then when you told me about this one with the Jarl and stuff, I was like, it's giving Skyrim. I want it. So
It was
got it.
a phenomenally great book.
I'm
Yeah,
really excited for it. And
cannot.
I think I always feel in the mood for Skyrim over winter because there's a lot of snow in it and it's just vibey. So I think I'll be in the mood. I think I'll be ready for this one this
Yeah.
winter.
And surprisingly, it made me want to rewatch How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah. Are there dragons in this?
No, but it's Vikings.
Oh right, yeah, of course. Is it fantasy though?
Yes, they're gods.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're like God's children who have like their powers.
Yes. I kind of feel like the odd one out because Greek mythology is having such another moment at the minute, but I so love like Norse stuff and Vikings and things like that. So I'm excited for this, yes.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Wonderful.
In an ideal world, there would be thousands more, but I'm barely reading at the moment.
Mm. I can't even read an email.
No, honestly, I'm kind of scared to start writing again. I don't know what will come out. My brain's
Mm.
not working very well. But we'll see. I guess we can do an update at the end.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
good.
at the beginning of season 4.
Four. Oh my God. Yeah, season four, which is coming out in February. Ugh, it's awful.
Yeah, we'll check in and see how we did. I don't know if it will be very well.
I don't want to talk. I will for sure finish kindling by then.
Yeah, that's all that matters in my opinion.
I agree. And anything else is up to the fate.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I
Um,
guess the end.
should we perhaps like tease what people can be excited for the next episode?
Oh yes,
Because
the
I'm so
next
excited.
one. very different than what we've done before
Yes.
because we get to talk to a musician.
Yes. You heard me talk about the epic musical for so long. So long. And you will still, don't worry. And when God Games came out, there was also Hera, voiced by the one and only amazing, wonderful Posey, who we got to talk about her music. We got to listen to her album EP. I don't know the difference before anyone else.
We did do that, and I'm listening to Home on repeat.
I'm listening to In
So
Between
bad.
on repeat. Like, it's so good. It's so good. She's so talented. I think her bio says like a siren, like rock siren or something, and it really fits.
Yeah, her voice is really gorgeous. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a bit starstruck. I didn't even know who she was before you kind of planned the episode, but yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about it afterwards. She every now and then she leaned for to the camera and I felt myself like my soul left my body.
Yeah. It's always nice to be confirmed that you're a little bit gay.
I know.
So
Like I knew it honestly. Because in Epic, right, Hera welcomes Athena with "Hey baby," and Posey starts now every other TikTok with "Hey baby," and I'm like,
Yeah. But
"What
we're very professional podcast hosts and we never really get affected by the guests that we have on.
no, definitely not." I still didn't start editing it, and I'm still stressed of seeing myself just like be so flustered and like very nervous. Yeah, so you're in for a ride. It
Yeah, but it was really great. And
was great.
Lizzie is also a writer as well. She writes her songs and she's working on a book. So there's still a little bit of book talk there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great to talk to
Yeah.
different, we love talking to authors, but it's also nice to
Mhm.
kind of climb out of the box a little bit and
Yeah.
see what else we find.
Yeah, and we talked Posey told us about like her writing process a lot. So that might be something new for you too. That which is
Yeah,
same
I
crowd
found
but a
a lot.
different thing.
Yeah, I found a lot of similarities between kind of my process and hers. So I think that it's still useful to listen to.
Yes. So be
And if
excited.
not, you get to see us in Gay Panic for 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Um,
correct.
yeah.
Well, until then,
See you later, Al. What the fuck?
what's wrong with you?
Don't know.
What's wrong with you? I'm gonna have to sell you out a little bit because is that the phrase? I don't know. I'm very upset right now again because it wasn't so long ago. It was 2 days ago when we were saying goodnight, and I said, "See you later, alligator." You would expect, as I expected, for her to say her phrase, right? You know what the fuck she told me? She said, "You too." She said, "You too" to my face.
I'm just a big fan of the band.
Know this. I feel. I don't know what I feel.
Yeah, I'm concerned for my own fucking brain. I think something's deteriorating up there. I'm not happy with it either. It's not making me feel good. There's something wrong with my brain.
Oh my God. Well, let's
Anywho,
try it again, shall we?
try again.
Until next time.
Support. I nearly said it again.
I thought so.
Support women's rights.
But most importantly, support women's wrongs.
I don't think we have enough, unless they don't finish their reading challenge for the year.
Or
But
especially when they don't finish their reading challenge.
yeah. One last thing,
Okay.
we are nominated for an Indieverse award, and it would for a podcast nomination. So it would be very lovely if you could go vote.
That would be
We're
great.
trying our bestest.
Yeah, we are clearly some more than the others.
It's not true. I'm trying so hard.
I know that's what I meant. Like you have to try so hard.
Yeah, I do really fucking do, and it's still to no avail. I'm still failing miserably. Miserably.
Yeah. On that note, we shall see you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
I held my breath again.
Nailed it.
You did. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to Swords and Sapphics. You can enjoy a new episode every Wednesday.
While waiting, you can visit our website, swordsandsuffix.com, and find lots of articles, interviews, and guest pieces.
Feel free to contact us with any requests, questions, or inquiries through a form on our website or directly to our email, swordsandsuffixpodcast@gmail.com.